like, woo, I'm gonna win today. Alright, so love yourselves and love each other. And F anyone or any system that profits from us not loving ourselves and or each other. So, it's machete o'clock. We are cutting through the BS. There's a severe lack of nuance and balance right now in the world in general. And to a certain extent that's by design. Identity politics, people are being brainwashed, and tribal thinking is being exploited. It's them against us, gamers against developers, trans against cis, men against women. And the truth is, on all sides of all of those wars, people have valid arguments. Nuance and balance. Let's take two of the big ones right off the top. Politics, left wing, right wing, and gender, male, female, other. Non-binary, non-in a box. Yeah. I'm not anti-trans. I'm not anti-anybody. That's a fucking drone. I also don't think cis people should be policed on how they think or what they think. But not wanting your children to be forced to ponder these questions early is not the same as those who want trans people dead, which is the false argument that some extremists on one side have purported. At the same time, I don't wish harm on anybody, let alone wishing harm on people for their choices of what they want to do with their bodies. That is their choice. Gender. Yeah, in many ways, we have lived under a patriarchy. In many ways, most CEOs, most judges, most people with power are men. However, if I go on a date, am I expected to pay half or all? If I get married, am I afraid that I'm going to lose half of what I get? And for what? Because she's bored and not in love anymore, so I lose half of my things. What if we have a child? Is it going to be assumed that I don't get custody but I do pay money? What if I want custody? Yeah, in many ways, life has been advantageous to men. And in some ways, it really hasn't. Due to feminism, due to due to years of imbalance, to be fair to women, due to years of imbalance, it has become socially acceptable to be prejudiced against men. That is a fact. The cast of The View said men were unnecessary. And then, segue, the cast of The View said men were unnecessary. And then Donald Trump won, with men's vote making a massive difference. But don't get it twisted, white women voted him in too, massively. Same way they did the first time when I Just Grab 'Em by the P was still fresh in people's minds. That was shortly after the Me Too explosion as well. But apparently a lot of white women in America don't mind rich, powerful men abusing them. Sorry, but that's what you voted for. I Just Grab 'Em by the P. That's what you voted for. Don't look at me. Judge yourselves. I'm not judging. I'm just seeing the statistics and stating the facts. Statistics are 70% of divorces are initiated by women because they are financially incentivized to do so. Fact is, I can't remember what percentage of white women voted for Trump the first time and what percentage of white women voted for Trump the second time, but I know it was high. And I know he said on camera, I just grab him by the P before any of that. But yeah, the left-wing, right-wing thing. You know, years ago, I would have described myself as left-wing. I wouldn't anymore. Because years ago, the left-wing was associated with having moral values, and generally, this is a massive oversimplification, but generally the economics of taxing the rich more than the poor. It wasn't associated with policing people's speech. It wasn't associated with, more importantly, and I blame QAnon for this, it wasn't associated with conspiracy theories. I swear to God, a lot of you may not know or realise this, I swear to God, before QAnon, conspiracy theories were not associated with the left. In general, conspiracy theories were more associated with the right because the right was more associated with a lack of morals and a love of the military. So yeah, a lot of the conspiracy theories about what the CIA was up to and what the military was up to and what the government was up to was people were more afraid of Republicans and the Bushes and their connections to the CIA. And it was only since QAnon started to basically take every conspiracy theory we'd ever heard and blame them all on Democrats and claim that Trump would save people from those conspiracies. That was when the left started being associated with conspiracies. So yeah, that whole thing's a QAnon thing. And I'm not saying that the left, specifically the Democratic Party, aren't involved in some of those conspiracies. And for the record, the word conspiracy means secret, it does not mean fake. So if it's a conspiracy, it does not mean that it's not true. It just means that there's a secret plan. So where was I?